If you are able to leave the US, you absolutely should. This video is not for everyone. In fact, I hope most people don't watch it because you will be triggered. I think right now the best part about having a US passport is lies in the privilege to leave. The best part about having a US passport is the fact that you can use it to leave. Yeah, it is not about being American and what American access it gets you in the country. Like the American dream is moving abroad. So for those who are able, those who are willing, those who are, I don't know, you just, you desire different. The US is a scam. The US is run like a business. The US is turning into a place that we won't even be able to recognize how far gone we are from the outside looking in. Every day, something is becoming normalized that would have taken the world by storm 10, 20 years ago. And because there's so much chaos ensuing and it's only going to get worse, I don't know what else to tell you. If you like peace, if you like your sleep, if you like your safety, you need to leave the US. There's no way around it. You cannot convince me that America is a good place to live for the next 50 years. You cannot convince me that America is a first world country. You cannot convince me that, let's rewind. We got off to a pretty abrupt start. Let's take it back. Let's first share and talk about three places that you can take a break in, work from, that don't require like paperwork and visas if you are a US citizen. So the Balkans, a place that I talk about often, Montenegro, Albania, Serbia, countries like this, Croatia, they actually have a specific visa for this. But for example, if you are traveling Europe, you have 180 days to roam around European countries without needing more than a tourist visa, which is a visa on arrival. And then you have a country like Albania, which is incredibly affordable, incredibly beautiful, where you can stay for up to 6 months without needing more than a stamp on arrival, a tourist visa. So that in itself is a year. And most people, of course, if they're going to be abroad, they want to travel, they want to um, yeah, they want to see other countries and you came all this way. And I'm all about that. But if you're someone looking for stability, really check out Albania, Romania, Georgia. And you have to understand that there's a different type of quality of life that you could be living. It's not to say that you have to lower your quality of life. In fact, your quality of life will improve the minute you leave the US. You just have to change your definition of the word quality. Because I used to think of quality as 2-day delivery on Amazon Prime. Like I thought that was a good life. Same day delivery, even. The money I've saved on Amazon because I've canceled my Prime membership. I don't order nothing is that urgent to where it needs to be delivered by tonight. If needed, I will go to the store or I will order delivery service, but it's not in the same way where I'm like packing on and hoarding junk. And I think sometimes the level of accessibility that we have in the US, it causes us to, we have this very consumeristic culture where we're buying things we don't need because we have the impulse to get it. And we are comparing ourselves constantly to other people. And keeping up with the Joneses is a vicious cycle that never really retires. We just we just keep on keeping on. When you live abroad, you see that there's a different type of wealth that you can access. It's not in the cars that you drive or the fancy mansion that you live in. It's a peace. It's a luxury of time. It's a spaciousness. It's health. I'm slowly but surely getting my health back. And this is what's felt like an 18-month journey. Because for some reason, I felt like I needed to maintain a base in the US. I thought that because my clients are overwhelmingly 70 to 80% Americans, that I needed to stay in proximity to be able to relate to them. And it couldn't be further from the truth. And it's actually a blessing that my clients now are getting to have more travel experiences because they know that they have to get on a plane in order to work with me. So they're getting to have incredible travel memories, and I'm getting to maintain and rebuild my health to a place where I actually feel myself again. Learning earlier this year that I entered perimenopause as well at 35, y'all. Okay. Um, yeah, I feel like I've had to make so many necessary changes for, yeah, my future. And I feel like it's so much more accessible and available to me now that I travel or, sorry, live abroad. Okay, so that was Europe. Now, if you're looking at South Africa, they also have, well, I don't even want to talk about South Africa. Sorry, y'all. South Africa is a whole nother video because while they do have, um, you're able to stay there for a few months with just a tourist visa. There's another reason why I don't recommend it, and that's a whole other video that I don't feel like getting into for this video right now. Um, but Asia, you also have what people call visa runs, and it's tricky. It's kind of like gray area. But if you're living in Vietnam or Bali or Bangkok, if you know that you're going to be there stable, like I'm going to stay in Bangkok for a year, there are ways to do it. The visa process is pretty straightforward. And yeah, you can go that route. But if you're someone that's like, well, I just want to do Bali for like 3 months and then maybe Vietnam and then maybe Australia, you can also do Australia for several months on a tourist visa. Like you can keep doing the visa on arrival, and then when your 30, 60, or 90-day expiration date pops up, you can just take a bus to the border. And I don't know, you can go to Cambodia, you can go to Laos, you can go to the Philippines, Japan. Like there's so many beautiful countries around the world that have pretty lenient and pretty available uh, just visas or like long-term stays if you're just there as a tourist. And again, this does require you to be a remote worker. When people are promoting entrepreneurship, it's not just about this unrealistic, like making millions of dollars. It's the freedom. Most people become entrepreneurs for the freedom, for the location freedom, for the time freedom. Granted, you have to put in a lot of time to get to that place, but financial freedom is like the last thing that, like, that's a last bonus. I would rather, and let's say I have a multiple six-figure corporate career. I would give up the multiple six-figure career if I was making 50K and I could earn it on my own dime or earn it on my own terms. Like that's how much entrepreneurship like frees you because I don't know what it's like to be controlled or told what to do or ask for permit. Like if I want to go somewhere, I'm going there tomorrow. I don't have to ask nobody for nothing. And I don't know what it's like to not have that freedom. The last time I had to ask for permission was from school when I was playing collegiate basketball and tennis. I don't ever want to have to go back to a place. I'm a grown up, grown a woman. I don't ever want to go back to a place where I have to ask another grown up for permission to do what I want to do. It just, and that's why I've never been employable. I've never been employed, but I'm also not employable because at the first moment where I want to do things on my own terms, I'm going to quit. Just going to leave. Again, entrepreneurship, we're cut from a different cloth. I think there are born entrepreneurs and there are made entrepreneurs. I do believe I was born an entrepreneur. My dad was an entrepreneur. So I do believe there is something there that is genetic that was passed down to me. But yeah, I want more people to understand that life will only get better the minute you leave the US. There ain't nothing, and this is someone who is in the top 1% of income earners in the US. I'm in the top 1% income level in the US, meaning I can live, experience, enjoy all of the best that the country has to offer. And I have. I have stayed at luxurious places. I have flown domestic first class. I mean, I don't know. I've ridden luxury yachts. I'm not even, I don't know. I'm not even like a big club person, but whatever rich people do, I've done enough of that to realize, oh, this is the extent of like wealth in the US. I've sat courtside at multiple NBA games, probably over 50. I've sat courtside. Those are tickets that are worth lots of money. And I've, yeah, even at a Lakers game, sat courtside multiple times. Like I have experienced the extent of wealth in the US, and it is nothing like the wealth experiences that you can get abroad. Not only that, but you're not paying nearly as much. So, yeah, life is just so much more enjoyable. There's so much more to experience. You are a different person, and there is a different quality of life that you get to enjoy. And again, this is a very different style of video than I've been doing every single day, but I feel like I need to say this because there's someone that needs to hear it in this way. I'm tired of kind of tiptoeing around, well, you know, nah, mm, let me talk to Black women for a second. We have what else can we do? What else can we do? It is time for us to enjoy the fruit of our labor. And if you have been committing and dedicating so much of your capacity, your donation dollars, your time, your energy, all of that, you have done your part. You voted. Like, you don't deserve the next 3.5 years of what's to come, especially with this presidency. You deserve better. So imagine a world where you can just mentally opt out and just have a season of selfishness. And I don't want it to even sound the way it sounds, but it's like if you never learn to prioritize yourself, you will get to a place where you look back and everything you've ever done was for other people. There is nobility in being selfless to a degree, but that same level of like always prioritizing others can also kill you. And I want more of us, Black women, to take off the superhero cape, the superwoman cape, the mask that, oh, well, I'm good, sis. I'm doing well. God is good. Yes, he is. And you deserve rest. You deserve a vacation. You ain't been on a plane in years. There is a version of you that is lighter, not just physically, but mentally. Your spirit is energized. You are just, when I see, so this mastermind right now is all Black women. I got some Caribbean woman, American woman, European woman, but they're all Black. And to see the joy, to see the warmth, to see the energy, to see they get massages every single night. Why? Because they can. And I said so, and I create the itinerary. I get to decide the level of luxury that I get to put them in. And this is like, I've hosted these types of events. I have boot camps, but my mastermind is like the top level offer that I have for in-person experiences. And I'm showing them what they can do for others, but I'm also showing them what they deserve for themselves. And that feeling never gets old. So I want you to look at your options. I will make another video that's a little bit more clear. Kind of just rambled on this one. But I'll talk a lot more about just countries where you can have a great time for several months. The visa process isn't complicated. You can be there for a while on a tourist visa, but ultimately, like, start making your escape plan. Uh, Almost a year ago, I was coaching people just on building out your plan three, option three, plan C is what I called it. And it was like, what would it look like to like just create another exit plan? What is your runway number? How much do you actually need in the bank to be able to sustain yourself? I'm not talking about doing anything careless that puts you in a vulnerable position where people have to rescue you, but you are more capable than you think. And I don't think life is meant to be safe. I don't think life is meant to be only doing just enough to get by or only doing just enough where you don't get criticized or ostracized. I've always been someone that's like, I'm going to do things a little different. And it isn't because I have things figured out. I just see what the norm is. And if everyone around me is doing what's normal. You're getting a job, you're doing the stable thing, you're building your career. But like I see misery, I see complaints, I see, oh, they're telling you they're going to promote you. And then 2 years later, you're doing more work for the same paycheck. You know how often that happens? You're not going to get me. And I'm stubborn. I'm just stubborn enough to be able to say, you know what? I rather make less, but treat myself with respect because it is self-abandonment and disrespect that would have me in a place where someone will tell me what I'm worth per hour. I know my output. I know how much time I put in. I know what I've invested in myself. I know how many books I've read. 100 countries of travel, and you're trying to pay me $20 an hour? I know what my lived experiences have gotten me, and I know the level of depth and wisdom I bring to a space. I know what my creativity and innovation can bring to a corporation. You're not going to belittle me with a salary that is pennies to the corporation. So, to the entrepreneur that knows like you should be in Bali with a background like this is your permission slip. This ain't a flex. This is just a reminder. It's possible. Anyone can do it. I'm not that special. I'm just really stubborn. All right. Enjoy. We gonna make it, y'all. We gonna get through this week. This video is a little different, but I feel like I needed to say it. Things needed to be said. Needs to be a little more raw, a little more direct, because I'm fed up. This country is this country is chaos, and it's only going to get worse. I say that with certainty, not with this like, oh, the country's gonna get worse. We it will categorically get worse. It will incrementally get worse. I, I don't know how else to tell you to escape while you still can. And for those who are able, because you've been investing in yourself, you've been having a side income, you know, you've been doing things to not just get by. Good for you. You deserve to experience the fruit of your labor. Now is your time to cash in. You made that investment in real estate. You have that second home. Cash in, sis. Sell it and go travel. Okay. There's a great book, Die with Zero. I believe it's by Bill Perkins. But that's the way I live. That's the way I live. I'm not crazy. I got stuff set aside that I can't touch, unfortunately. But listen, I'm not waiting for an arbitrary date that I hope to make it to. I want to work and do things for as long as I can because I am obsessed with what I do. I am so blessed and fortunate. It is the ultimate privilege of a lifetime that I love my work to the point of obsession. This is not work for me. All day I got to play and hang out with dope ass women. That's a luxury. So I hope to keep working for as long as I possibly can. So I don't need to count down to retirement because I don't want to retire from something that brings me so much joy. I I could say so much more, but we're gonna stop it right here. This shirt makes my boobs look bigger than they are. But look at this background, y'all. So pretty. All right. I hope you enjoy. I don't know if that was an enjoyable video. I don't know if that was a video to enjoy, but we're gonna bring you to the playlist. Go check out the Creative Entrepreneur playlist and my profile for other videos like my podcast. The video description has mycreativereset.com, which is an incredible resource if you are someone that's wanting daily coaching from me for 50 cents a day. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.